As what's going on? It is Chris here. We are going to be looking ahead to today's games for Tuesday, October 23rd. Sorry, Wednesday, October 23rd. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good night last night. Watched some NBA that actually mattered opening day, as we all know yesterday, and it was not too bad. Lakers, yeah, Lakers didn't really do what they were supposed to, and I kind of felt that coming. But anyway, yeah, we'll kind of get into that. Like I said, hopefully, you guys all did pretty good. Um, some of my picks in my video that you guys did watch, I fell off Okafor. I was only going to play him if he started, and he didn't start, so I fell off him quite a bit. Hart wasn't too bad of a play, obviously. Hopefully, you guys played him a little bit. Melly wasn't too bad. He didn't play many minutes, but he didn't do too shabby. So, anyway, let's get into it. DK cashed everywhere. We had two different variants of the lineup, obviously, and they both cashed. One was like a 312. The other one was a 306. So cashed everywhere there on DK. So it was a pretty good one there for us. DK, I just stacked straight up Toronto. That's what I did. Toronto and a couple Pelicans and 80. That was all I had from the late game, and it definitely worked out since that game went into overtime. Um, Over here on Fanduel, we just missed tournaments by literally like 1.5 points. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into it. I had Lonzo. I know a lot of people weren't going to have him. He really didn't do bad until Gentry didn't play him at all that much in the second half. So I don't know why they did that. Wasn't foul trouble. He wasn't hurt. So I'm kind of pissed about that. To be completely honest with you, that they didn't play ball. Because he was doing good until they didn't play him. Yeah, it's stupid. So might have to look at that going forward. Van Vliet was a beast. Holiday sucked, but I mean he was all right. Definitely could have went Lou there. Powell, he sucked as well. Siakam is a beast. Ingram actually stepped up pretty well. Davis did all right. Melly wasn't bad, and then Zubat. Yeah, Doc Rivers obviously hates Zubat. Doesn't like him at all. Played the dude 10 minutes. Like seriously, he. Like, come on now. I mean, I know he doesn't play a lot, but I thought they're going to play him at least 20 minutes. And especially since LA has big boys with Howard and Davis and McGee. So, but they played him 10 minutes, which is totally cool because that screwed us in tournaments and we got knocked out. So, um, yeah, besides that, it was a good lineup. Besides Zubac getting screwed over and Bald getting screwed over. Besides that, it wasn't too bad. So hopefully you guys did pretty good. It was an all right start to us, I guess. We didn't win tournaments on FanDuel, but DK was a clean sweep, as you guys saw there. So, yeah, why not come join us? We're 1.5, I guess, on the season in wins because, we did win in 50-50s, but, yeah, unfortunately not in tournaments, but did win on DK. So, if you want to get signed up, check out our website in the comment section below. Yeah, we'll definitely love to have you guys come join us. We're going to be here all season long and also going to be doing videos almost every day for you guys. So if you guys are new, hit that sub button. We are going to be breaking down mostly all the main slates for the NBA season. And I appreciate the likes from the last video, over 40 or so, which isn't too bad. And definitely the views were coming in as well. So yeah, if you guys can keep that going, definitely well appreciated. So usually I have my projections, but this is such a massive slate. I'm not going to go through projections because that is going to take a very long time. It's going to be a long video, even without the projections, but we're just going to briefly go game by game. Because if I go through every projection, we're going to be here for 45 minutes to an hour. So going to kind of cut it down for you guys. And if you guys just want to skip to the end, I'll have like my core 4 or 5 for you guys available. And then I'll go over like a 15, 20-man player pool that I'm kind of looking at. So if you don't want to watch it all, I don't blame you. It's going to be a long video. If you just want to skip to the end, that's where all the juicy stuff is. So, but if you're in for the long haul here, it's going to give you guys some GPP plays to look at. So we have no totals on any of these games yet, but I kind of got a sense of how they're going to go. So anyway, we got Cleveland and Orlando. Don't expect this one to be the fastest game out there. Let me go look. I think I saw that Garland is going to start over Sexton, right? Let me make sure. It's probably okay. I don't mind Garland. He's not a bad rookie. Sexton, he's not bad either. I think they split minutes here. But if you want to go Garland, you can look at him. Augustine might get you 22, 23. Not too into him. Ross, GPP off the bench. Clarkson, GPP off the bench. Isaac could be interesting on FanDuel just because he gets a lot of steals and blocks. That helps him out a bit. Larry Nance is, man, they're just so iffy with that dude. It's hard to touch him. To be honest with you, I guess maybe Vuk or Garland, but I really don't have anyone from this game. It's not interesting to me, so I'm going to be moving on. Don't really care for it. So next year is Detroit and Indiana. This could be an okay game to target for a couple guys. Reggie Jackson is going to play. He might be limited, so I don't mind stacking a point guard against him. So Lamb or Brogdon, either one of those guys are in good is in a pretty good spot because Jackson sucks at defending. One guy I don't mind off the bench is D Rose. Probably will play around 23, 25 minutes in this one. That thing gets you 25 to 30 points. Rose is not a bad spot. So Brogdon, Lamb, you can look at him if you want to. I'd probably go Brogdon over Lamb if you want to go that way. And then I don't mind Sabonis with no Griffin. If Markieff Morris is out, I mean, it's already going to be the chalk of the slate, but Christian Wood's going to be very popular. And, and I expect his ownership to be around 60 to 70% because Griffin is out. I guess you can look at Bruce Brown, maybe. I just don't see where they're really going to go here if Markieff Morris is out. They just don't have too much. They might have to go a little small, but don't mind Drummond. Obviously, usage is going to go up. Expect around 38 to 40 in this one for Drummond at his median here. Turner, not too bad. I do love Sabonis at only 7,100. Out of all these guys, probably Sabonis and Rose is probably where I'm going to go there, and obviously Wood. So I'd rank it Wood, Sabonis, and Rose and Drummond as my four that I probably pick from this one, and definitely Wood and Sabonis having my most exposure here from that one there. Charlotte could be an interesting one. The only bad thing is Chicago could blow them out, but besides that, I don't mind it. Both these teams are really young. Both these defenses really suck really bad, and they play for the most part pretty fast. As we know, Charlotte, a whole different team this year without Kemba. And right away, Terry Rozier should be popular. He's going to shoot a ton and looked really good in preseason. So Terry, for sure, one of my top options. Don't mind Kobe White off the bench. Only thing, though, is I don't know how many minutes he's going to play. He was good in the preseason, but I just, we'll have to see how he goes here. Maybe Satoransky starting might get you 24, 25, but I don't see a ton of upside with him. But I do like Terry Rozier, Zach LaVine, not too bad of a spot. If Bacon starts, he's definitely worth a look in GPPs. He wasn't looking too bad in preseason as well, so Bacon, maybe you can put him in there. Don't mind some Otto Porter. Not going to play any of those dudes there. Marketing. Don't mind him. Bridges is way too expensive here for me. If Washington starts, maybe GPP with him since he's only $3,800. And don't mind Wendell Carter here. I think he could be half decent. Don't know how much they're going to push him, though, with that thumb injury. We'll have to see. But if I had to pick anyone, I think I'm going to go Marketing for sure. Don't mind Otto, and then for sure Levine, Bacon, GPP, and definitely like some Terry Rozier. So if I had to rank it, I'd probably go Levine, Rozier, Marketing, and then follow up that with Bacon. So definitely going to be a game I'm going to target. I'm going to have to watch the total on this one in the spread, see how it goes throughout the day. But as of now, I don't mind this one at all. And like I said, if Wendell Carter's good to go, I still think he only plays 25, 26 minutes, but he's not bad. He really is a pretty good player. He's just battling injuries, so he could be GPP, but the dude's 67, so he's not really that cheap. So I don't mind targeting the Chicago game at all. Boston, Philly could be an interesting one. I obviously, Joel Embiid, solid play. They don't really have anyone that's going to cover him, so I think he can get you a 55 to 60 in this one. Not too big into Al Horford. Tatum should be all right for about 34 to 35 in this one. Um, let me see here. Simmons is going to play. Might be able to put him in there. I don't know. I just don't think his shot's going to be really there. You can look at Kemba for the most part. I don't know. I have to see the total on this one. There's a lot of good plays in this one, but also a slower game. But I really do like Simmons I'm sorry, Joel Embiid is for sure my favorite, probably followed by Tatum in this one. You can look at Harris. He's not bad. I think he gets you around 34, 35. But there's a lot of usage to go around there on that Philly team. So unless someone's out, it's hard to target 2 or 3 of these Philly guys because of their usage rate. But for sure, Joel Embiid. Simmons, maybe. I just don't know how much he's really going to shoot in this one. And so if I had to rank it, once again, probably Joel Embiid, Tatum, and I guess Walker mixed with Harris. But that's kind of up to you on that one. All right, moving on. Minnesota and Brooklyn. Don't mind Irving. I don't know if he's worth 9K though. I'll have to see. He didn't get to play much in the preseason, so I think he can get you about 36 in this one, maybe 40. It's definitely below his average. Teague might get you 28 to 30, half decent play. Wiggins sucks. I hate that dude. If he goes off, then shame on me, but I'm not playing him. Covington, he's been getting a lot of run at the power forward position. I don't mind him. I know I talked a lot about him in the preseason kind of badly, but his last 2 games didn't look too bad, and his rebounds were looking half decent. So maybe Covington, 64 is a little much, but I think he can get you about 28 to 30, which covers about his average. So don't mind Covington. Not a lot of exposure to him, but a little bit. And Towns should be in a pretty good spot. I know he's got Jordan and Allen, but Towns is Towns, and I still think he's a good spot. So Towns for sure in this one. If you could afford him, Towns or Joel Embiid, slight edge to Towns, but, man, they're both really good options for sure if you're spending up. And probably a couple shares of Covington, and that's really it. Maybe Irving, Teague, and 1 or 2, but I'm not sure if I'm really feeling them. I mean, they're all right options, but not really fitting what I'm doing. Memphis, Miami. Oh, geez. So Memphis sucks, as we all know. They don't really have a defense. They're getting Valanciunas back, but I don't expect them to play more than 21 minutes in this one. Gonna have to see how Miami's rotation is gonna be. I love Bam for sure. Jackson too much for me, but Bam's in a very good spot here. Winslow half decent as well. I definitely don't mind him. Crowder definitely worth a look. He's not going to get you a lot, but 23, 24 at 4,200 is very cheap. Butler's too much for me. Waiters is out, so you can definitely look at Tyler Hero for sure, coming off the bench at only 3,600. With Waiters being out, that gives him a little bit more minutes and usage. We'll have to see what they do with Dragic. He's been coming off the bench quite a bit in the preseason. He might get you 26, 27. Don't know how I'm feeling about him. Jay Morant might get you 30, 33. So if I had to rank these guys, probably Bam. Like I said, I don't mind Tyler Hero at all, especially with Waiters being out. And I don't mind Winslow. I think he can kind of be a sneaky play as well to get you 30, 33. So those are probably the 3 I'm targeting. I just don't want too many Memphis guys. I just don't know how they're going to do. Like I said, maybe consider Jay Crowder if you need to at 4,200. Just keep in mind with him, he's not going to do too much for you. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Kind of a weird, slow game for me. I don't know, maybe a couple Miami guys just because Memphis sucks so bad, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. Next is New York and San Antonio right away. I got to go Aldridge. I don't think his ownership will be high, but I'm pretty sure tomorrow we'll be talking about him because I think he's going to get you about 45 to maybe 48 in this one. Definitely one of my favorite plays by a mile that's underrated. I don't think not a lot of people are going to have Aldridge here. And I think New York could keep this kind of close. So, obviously, with Pop, if you keep it close, starters are going to play. So, I do love Aldridge. I really do. I don't think his ownership will be up there. Um, see what's going on with Mitchell Robertson. I didn't read up here. It's questionable. So if he's out, obviously got to go Portis or Randall. That definitely helps out quite a bit. We'll have to see what the rotation is here. I don't mind Marcus Morris, but if he's starting, might hurt him against Aldridge. We'll have to see what they do with the rotation. As we know, their power forward / center position there for New York is just everywhere right now. Not the best matchup for RJ Barrett, but the dude's going to play quite a bit of minutes, and I think he can get you around 32, 33 points. Another cheap, not cheap, but under the radar play, I think, is DeMar DeRozan. Another guy that I think gets you 37 to 40. So Aldridge and DeRozan are honestly sneaky to me. New York defense is trash. Most people just don't like targeting San Antonio. I get it, but these guys are in pretty good spots. Don't be surprised if one of them isn't a winning GPP at really low ownership. So I don't mind either one of those guys. You can maybe look at Murray, Smith, Payton. Probably not going to target them, but you can definitely look at Murray maybe a little bit. And Brian Forbes off the bench could be interesting because he looked pretty good in the preseason. So I think in this one, you have to see what's going on with the Robertson news to make a judgment call on Portis and Randall and those guys. But for sure, Aldridge, and then probably followed by DeRozan and Murray is where I'd go. And Forbes, if he gets minutes, is half decent off the bench as well. All right, another slow-ish blowout game. We got Washington and Dallas. Luka Doncic's a point guard, which is weird. I do like him for sure. I think he can do very good against this Washington team. Only thing I'm concerned about, blowout, and Carlisle probably won't play him too much in the fourth if it's a blowout. But Luka for sure is worth a look if you can get him in there. You can maybe go Ish Smith, but dude ain't going to get you a lot, but he might get you 20 if you need cheap exposure. Beal could be solid for sure, but there's some other guys that I'd rather take. Another situation where it could be a blowout, so he may not play in the fourth much. You can look at Ryu, maybe. Porzingis is a solid option. I think he's priced exactly where he's going to get you, around 34, 35, but solid option for sure for Porzingis. I think Bryant could be well under-owned here. Definitely a double-double upside with him. I really don't mind Bryant. Bryant, I think, gets you 35, 36 at low ownership. So, for sure, I really don't mind Bryant for sure on this one. If you're looking for a lower-owned mid-range center, like I said, he's not the sexiest pick out there, but easy double-double for him. And Porzingis, not bad. And Luka Doncic and Beal. So, Doncic, Beal, and Porzingis are really priced where they're going to score. So you're not really scoring much with them. So that's the only bad thing. I think, like I said, my favorite play, is probably going to be Bryant, the guy that's going to get his value over 5 here. So, like I said, those other 2 guys, not bad plays, but I think Bryant could be a pretty good cheap option. Low-owned guy for you. Next, we got OKC and Utah. Utah's defense looked very bad in the preseason, but, it's regular season. They're at home here. CP3, a little much for me. I don't mind Shai Gilgeous. I mean, it's hard to pick this Utah team because they look so bad. Mitchell is in a good spot. I think, as we all know, Mitchell, if his shot's on, you're going to get you 37 to 40. If his shot is off, you're going to get 28 to 32. So, 8,400 is a really good spot for Mitchell if you're going that way. Bojan Joe, maybe Jingling Joe at only 55 off the bench could get you around 27 to 30. And I don't mind Rudy, but he's 9,200. But another one of those guys, low owned. If you can't go get, Jokic or Drummond or Joel Embiid, I think you're still expensive-ish center is going to be Rudy. I think he's probably my favorite after those 3 are out of the picture. And then obviously you're going to go Bryant and, a couple other guys we'll talk about. So not a lot of exposure. Like I said, you can definitely look at Mitchell and Rudy in this one. Maybe Shai Gilgeous, but I just don't know how much I want from this one. As normal, I need to see these totals. And, in the totals, if they change, I'm probably going to have some more exposure and If you guys saw my video for for the Tuesday slate, I had that Toronto game really low total and the Laker game high total, and it was totally flip flop. So I really didn't in the video. I really didn't say too many guys from that Toronto game, but since that total changed, I went very heavy on that game. So definitely keep an eye on the totals. That is a very important thing here. Speaking of totals, Sacramento Phoenix. This one's going to be at least a 229 to 231, 232. Both these teams suck at defense, and they're really fast, young teams. So, to be honest with you, I mean, if you just want to stack this game, I really don't mind it. Fox is in play. Rubio for a little cheaper is in play as well. Booker for sure. Buddy is a sharpshooter. Bogdan off the bench, solid option that can get you 28 to 32. I just love this game, man. Kelly Oubre off the bench, solid option. Who else we got here? Power forward, Marvin Bagley, Dario maybe, but my play here is Frank Kaminsky. I really like him. If you go look at his preseason stats, the dude is a beast. So if he plays his 20, 22 minutes, he is going to be in a solid option here for me. So one of my cheap GPP plays is Frank here, and then don't mind Bagley. Some people may not play Dedmon, but I think he's in a solid spot for $5,300. He's not going to play a ton of minutes, probably around the 24, 25 range. But I think he can easily get you around 26, 27 points in this one. As you see here, playing around last year with a different team, around the minutes I was expecting, but he wasn't bad in his minutes given. He has a couple duds once in a while, but he's really not a bad player, and he's only 5,300. So if you really need someone cheap, probably go Dedmon and probably move on. And, really not a bad spot for him. And then you got Ayton. I don't mind him, but I'd rather just spend up for Rudy if you're going in that area. So, like I said, I'm just targeting this game quite a bit. Fast-paced, West Coast style. That's where I'm going, if you guys are wondering, stacking that game. And next is Denver and Portland. Both these teams play slow, but also fast at the same time. Both of them pretty good defenses here. I do like Lillard. I don't think his ownership will be too high. Lillard always usually shows up here. I think at 45.50 for Lillard. Murray, GPP only for me. McCollum's not mad, but Zach LaVine and Booker and Hield probably got my attention over McCollum. Not too into those guys. Millsap maybe could get you 28 to 30. Could be a interesting play. And then don't mind Jokic. He's going up against Whiteside. Jokic just looked really bad in the preseason, so I'm a little concerned. That's why out of the three big boys for centers with Embiid and Drummond, I have him as my third-ranked big boy. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Like I said, I briefly went through these guys for you. But let's go give you like a core 4 or 5 that I'm looking at early on here for Wednesday. So, like I said, I do like Lillard if you want to go that way. If not, probably going to go Fox. And then Terry. I really like Terry Rozier. Sorry this is going so slow. I don't know why it's acting up. Hopefully it's all right on your guys' end. Shooting guard, I got to lock in Booker here. And to save a little bit of money, probably going to go Bogdan here off the bench. I think he's in a solid spot. Not Bojan, but Bogdan. Small forward. Small forward's really not that good, so if you want to punt it, you definitely can. As I mentioned, I do like Kelly. As you see, I'm stacking the heck out of this Phoenix game for good reason. And that's probably where I'm going to leave you. Like I said, you can go cheap on your power forwards if you want to. As I mentioned, you got Wood. You have Frank Kaminsky, Bagley, Aldridge, Marketing, Sabonis. Like I said, these guys are all really good spots. Bam, not too bad. Covington. And then obviously center, if you want to spend up, definitely recommend it. You got Dwell Towns if you want. And then, like I said, you've got Kelly Bryant as my GPP, very low owned guy that can get you 35. And then Deadman for a guy that gets you 28 to 30. He's not going to be flashy. Don't expect a lot, but that's kind of my cheap-ish option there if you need some salary relief. So that's what we're looking at. As normal, keep an eye on the lineups. It is the first real slate of the year, so all these projected lineups could change, and just definitely be aware of that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. It should be pretty good. The guard, it looks like kind of a guard heavy / power forward heavy game. Slate, and should be a good one. Definitely looking forward to it. So, as normal, if you guys want to come join us, check out our website in the comment section below. Follow the steps, and we'll get you all set up. As normal, we post our lineups on the Slack app. So, if you don't know what that is, it's just an app where we chat and also post lineups, and it's very easy to maneuver through it as well. So, like I said, wasn't the worst night for us last night. Wasn't the best night. Cashed everywhere on DK. And then Fanduel cashing in 50-50s, but just like 1 point short in tournaments, which just sucks. Just being 1 point short is really bad. So anyway, that is it. As normal, if you like what you guys saw, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate your guys' likes. And if you are new, hit that sub button. We do videos almost every day on the main slate. And as you guys see, we break down almost every single game. There will be times where I will have my projections up. I know a lot of you guys like to kind of see where I'm going, but this was just such a massive slate. It would take over 2 to 3 hours for me to do projections, and I just wanted to get this done a little bit earlier than normal. So that is it. Hopefully, you guys have a good Wednesday. Should be a really good high score and good slate, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.